I'm Sean Hartley, Remax Escarpment, and this is a video here to help you navigate your listings portal. So in other words, this is the email that I send you when I found listings that match your criteria. I'm going to go through how you can use your portal because it can be quite handy and some people don't understand all the features and how to best utilize them. So I'm going to quickly go through this with you. It's going to take maybe 10 minutes or so. So you understand what you can do with the portal and how it can help you in your search, okay? So I'm gonna move my head around here a little bit. So you'll notice here, these are emails that I've sent to myself for, say, I'm watching a particular neighborhood, okay? So it's good for demonstration purposes. Here you'll see it's sent to me, Sean Hartley, and the subject line is Kerr Village, which is actually where I live in Oakville. And it says, Dear Sean Hartley, one or more new updated listings match your criteria. So depending on what device and what platform you're using, the subject line here may be truncated, so it may be shorter, but just when you see the title of whatever I've given to you, could be Hamilton homes in your price range, it could be Burlington condos, it could be whatever, I've typed it. When you see it says Dear and your name, one or more updated listings. So this means anytime there's a new listing hit the market that met your criteria, or if a listing has been updated, could be a price reduction, could be a price increase, let's hope not. It could be it's sold, it could be it's sold conditional, it could be pulled off the market. Anytime there's an update, you'll get one of these emails telling you that something has changed on a listing you might be interested in. All right, so if we click on this email and open it up, this is kind of what it looks like right here. And you'll see the sign that says to the listing. If you click that, it's going to open the portal. But just before we do that, if you look in here, it'll give you the street address, the MLS number, the purchase price or the listing price, kind of an idea of the property, total square footage of the property. And right now this one is active CS. So obviously this email was sent to me because this property is now conditionally sold, CS. All right, so if you see an active with a CS after it, it suggests it's not just for sale, there are some conditions in there, all right? So if we click on the listing itself and open it, here we are, I'm gonna move my head around. And I'm going to make this screen a little bigger so you can see it better. There we go. Move everything out of the way. Alrighty. So this is your portal when you open it, especially when you click on a particular listing. This is what it's going to look like. Now, if your PC is different than mine, it's just a regular PC. If you're on a Mac or something, it may look slightly different. Or if you're on a mobile device, it will look different. But the functionality will still be the same. So it should all have the same information on the page, okay? So let's just start with this tab. It says My Realtor, because a lot of times you'll end up here first. This is all my contact information for you, okay? Everything at the bottom. Quick reference, if you can't remember my phone number or you want to get a hold of me, you can do this down here. The phone number here that just says phone, not the cell. My cell is obviously my cell. Phone down here goes to my office in Burlington on Fairview Street. So if you can't get me on my cell or something like that for whatever reason, you can phone this number and say, please page Sean Hartley for me, and they will page me, and maybe it'll be a better way for you to get a hold of me if you can't, okay? So this is my information. Over here, you can view the listings in my office, or you can view all the listings in Remax Escarpment. Since there's 450 of us, there's a lot of listings in there. Just in case you're curious, you can click on those and go through them. Let's move on here to my messages. These are messages that I send you. So emails I've sent you, say, on a particular listing. If I click on that, everything opens up. As you can see, what I'm interested in right now, I'm looking at Hamilton downtown flips, action that's happening in my neighborhood, condo options, things like that. So when you open your email list, you'll see this here. And if you move to the right, you'll see it's typed. It's a property alert. Or if I sent you just listings, it'll say listings. 0 new, 1 updated. So you'll know when you click on this, this is going to be a property that you've seen before, but something has changed. For example, this particular one here, move my head, this one is changed to conditionally sold, the CS, you can see right here. So originally it was active, now it is conditionally sold. So these are some of the changes you're going to see when it comes through as an update. All right, so I'm just going to go back my messages. 19 listings. If you look at this one here, this one is suggesting that I've sent you an email and it contains 19 listings in it. So if I click on that one, it's going to open up all the listings to the right. In your mobile device, this will look different, but the idea is still the same. The map will show you where all those listings are. And the default view for the map, it will show you all of the listings inside the map. So there's no listings outside of this map that are in the list. So you can rest assured that if you use your roller, you can zoom in or zoom out, right? But everything is contained inside this screen at the moment. So if you want to zoom in on a neighborhood, you can use the roller, or you can use the touch buttons here and zoom in. As you zoom in, some of them you will notice that these are the listings. They have a little envelope here. This means that you've been emailed this listing before. So if you happen to be going through a search on your own through this website, through the portal, and it's not some search that I've sent you, because you can search on your own in here, and you happen to see a listing and it has this little envelope, that means I've sent it to you already. So you could go back into my messages or into the Find a Home section, and you can scroll through the right side here and you'll probably find it. If not, you can always just click on the individual listing. As you can see here, it's highlighting the listing for me. The blue box went around it. All right, so you can scroll in, you can scroll out. You'll also notice it does show bus routes. I'm not entirely sure how accurate this is going to be, but at least it'll give you an idea. If you're looking for transit, it's going to show you where some bus stops are. Okay. Obviously, the green is park space. Blue is obviously water. The map is always oriented to the top is north, bottom is south, east, west. Okay. It will give you the names of the neighborhoods. So as you scroll in and out, you'll see this one is Elizabeth Gardens. This one here is Appleby, and so forth, just so you have an idea. So if you're zoomed in too far, you may not see them. As you can see, they disappear here. So just zoom out until they start to show up, and you can see what neighborhoods they are. All right. So you focus in on a particular property, and you'd like to take a closer look at it. So we come over here. You'll see here it says new listing, so it's active. As you can see, this one underneath it, this one is also active. So pay attention to those. It's telling you if the property is available to be purchased. Okay. If we click on one of the listings here, it'll open up to this portal here to give you a detailed view of the property. On the right-hand side, you're going to see information about the neighborhood, the type of home that this is. This is a condominium, and it's a one-story apartment style. Now, there are townhouses that are condominiums, so keep that in mind when you're looking to the right. If you see style, it says townhouse condominium. That means it's a home, but there are condo fees attached to it, okay? So when you scroll down to the bottom in the details, you'll see more details about the condominium. If you have questions, call me and ask. You'll see a little heart on the top right here. As in most social media, you can favorite and like things and thumbs ups and whatnot. This one here will let you save as a favorite. It'll also ask you to choose, is it a favorite, is it a possibility, or discard the listing. When you click discard the listing, it doesn't delete it, but it just puts a little recycling bin next to it showing that you've already been through this listing and it's not for you. When you click that, it also shows me on my end that you don't like that listing. It's just not suitable for you. If you save it as a possibility, it means maybe it's not your number one choice, but I probably want to have a closer look at this one to decide if it's for me or not. As a favorite, most likely you really like this property and you might want to book a showing to go and see it. So when you click these things, it shows up on my end, on my realtor end, in real time and shows me, oh, so-and-so just favorited a property. It prompts me to ask you some questions. Okay, so I'm just going to click add as a favorite. Why not? Move my head again. So we can see here in the middle, we have the listing price for the property, and then it's a new listing and it's active, which means it can be purchased. You can see number of beds, baths, and square footage. Square footage is important. Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville boards, Milton, we all put in the exact square footage, usually pulled from Geo Warehouse, which is where they hold titles for properties and whatnot. The Toronto Real Estate Board does not post accurate square footage. They give you a range. This is why when you're on Realtor.ca and sometimes you'll pull up a property and it says 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. It doesn't give you an accurate measurement. That's because it's on the Toronto Real Estate Board and not on Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville, Milton. Our boards have exact square footage. I think you should know how big the property is you're buying and not some range. There's a big difference between a 1,500 square foot property and 2,000 square foot property. It may make a big difference to you. So if you move over to the left here, you'll see the full property address, the number sign showing its unit number if it has one, and its address, postal code, and MLS number. If we click the map, it'll show you a little pop-up window with an accurate location of the property. Now keep in mind the PIN and the location is set by the address and or the realtor. So when I list a property, I go into this map and I make sure this PIN is as close as possible to the location of the home itself. As you can see here, this is probably the condo complex, and they're saying it's inside this building. This is where it is. On the odd occasion, the realtor has not checked this, and sometimes the system will get confused and put the PIN somewhere else. If you're really not sure where it is, let me know. I'll look it up for you to make sure it's in the location you're looking for. So you can hit close. Scrolling down here, you'll see a picture of the property. You can scroll through the windows here and look at the pictures of the property all the way through. At the bottom here, it's showing you how many pictures there are and which picture you're on. If you click the picture, it'll open it into almost like a gallery shot. It makes it a little bit bigger. Move my head. And you can close here. At the bottom, you can expand to a larger view, which is the same as clicking the picture. Or you can open it up into a gallery section, which shows you all the pictures kind of at once, and you can scroll through them. This might be beneficial if you're on a mobile device, if you just want to quickly scan through the pictures. Like, oh, there's the kitchen. If you click on it, it'll open it up for you. If you wish, you can also click slideshow, and it'll show you each individual picture through a video slideshow. Click close at the bottom. As you scroll down, you'll see client information, which is right here. This is the same description you're going to see on realtor.ca, so it should be virtually identical. On the right here, you can see where it says notes for you and your agent. This portal is between you and me and nobody else. So whatever you type in here, I will see on my end. No one else will see it. It's a nice way to remind yourself of what you liked, what you didn't like, and ask me questions. If you're busy between moments of your busy day, you can easily type in a question here, say, don't like the yard, and that note, behind. And you hit add note right here. And this note will show up on my end in real time as well. It's almost like a chat, okay? So, don't like the yard or want to see this one, things like that. What is included in the condo fees? Things like this, okay? You can put all these in here. Like I said, it's a reminder for you on what you thought about the property, and it's a way for you to communicate with me about what you want to happen with this particular property. So as we scroll down, you'll see a quick little map of where this is located, just to remind you. And on the left, we have all the detailed information. There's lots of information in here. Take your time going through it, especially if you think the pictures look nice and this is of interest. Property taxes, beds, baths, when the year that was built, some will have it, some won't. So if you don't see it, ask me, I'll find out for you. Driveway parking spaces, very important, especially when you're dealing in downtown locations. Downtown Burlington, especially downtown Hamilton, there are areas where there is no parking. There is no driveways. You have to park on the street only. Pay attention to this one. Does it have a pool? Apparently this condo has an indoor pool. Fantastic. It's cross street. Usually they'll give you an idea where it is in case you're wondering and you're not familiar with the area. Basement size, sometimes they'll have an answer in here, sometimes it won't. Rental items, pay attention to this one because you're going to assume these rental items most likely when you're purchasing a home. Water heater is a typical one. Most people do assume it. Furnaces and AC, those are to be negotiated. So anytime you see furnace and AC in there, talk to me, we can work something out. Features and amenities, they're going to put in here, near the lake, on water, off water, near a park, near a school, close to a hospital. This one says it has concierge and security and lockers. Just giving you an idea of what you're going to get. Heat source, this one is electric because it's a condo. It's run by heat pump and it has central air. For a house, you're going to see it's going to say here heat source, maybe gas. Heat type is going to say forced air furnace, and air conditioning will probably say central air again. Is there an elevator or escalator? Yes, this is a condo. It has one. A home, most likely not. Laundry access, in suite means it's actually in the dwelling unit. So it's actually in the house or it's in the condo apartment. If it says laundry access available, that might mean it's in the building of a condo, not necessarily in your actual unit. So if in doubt, ask me again. Garage parking. For a condo, it's going to tell you surface, underground, or other, just giving you an idea where your car can be parked. And then you have your room sizes. You have imperial in feet and metric in meters. Included in your condo costs are here. It'll tell you basically what's included. Always check with me to find out if this is accurate or not. Not all realtors put in accurate information for condominiums, what's included in the costs. If it's a condominium, it's going to have the corporation number, HCC, which is Halton Condominium Corporation, and this is the number for it. The condo fee, $543.97, is telling you it has a balcony that's open and its exposure is south. So it gives you an idea what your view is going to be. Obviously in a home, you're not going to see these things. So this is a little more detail than you would need if you're looking for a house. And again, what's included in the costs. Amenities and features is kind of telling you what's in the condo itself. This one has concierge, exercise room, games room, security guards, and visitor parking. Some may have more. They may have workshops, they may have saunas, racquetball, but in here you're usually going to find what that is. Okay? I'm going to scroll back up here. If we go back to results. So let's suppose for a moment that you want to search for a home yourself, not using my search. Let's suppose you want to browse and just see what's out there. You can click here, start a new search, and it's going to ask you all the details. Now, anytime you don't fill something in, it's going to assume you want to see everything. So no price, no maximum, no minimum. It's just going to show you everything on the market. So let's just suppose your minimum price is going to be, I would always say put in a minimum price or you're going to get lumped in with some of the rentals and stuff by accident. So at least put in, say, 150,000. And then maximum price, put in your maximum budget. So let's suppose it's 700. All right. Residential, commercial, land, farm, residential, you can choose one. If you're looking for a house or a condo, it's going to be residential. Okay. Property subtype. So if it's a freehold home, that means it's not a condominium. There are no extra fees attached to it, other than homes that have a road fee. These are called parcel of tied land homes. Now, they're still considered freehold, but they do have a small fee to look after a private road, snow removal, garbage. It's usually about between $100 to $200 a month, and it looks after all your snow removal, things like that. So you can choose. Let's just choose freehold for fun. And we want to find a two-story home. You can see all the different types of homes. If you leave this blank, it'll just choose everything. That way you don't miss anything. All right. And it'll choose a region. Your region, let's suppose Halton or Hamilton. Let's just pick Halton. It's going to cover all of Halton. So Oakville, Milton, Burlington, Halton Hills, like that. You can type in the actual city itself if you want to. And then you can put in actual postal code, street name, and street number if you happen to want to search for a specific home that you know is out there. So once we're finished filling this out, we just hit apply. And it's going to pull up everything that matches that criteria in Halton on the map. Okay. So because I picked under 7, we're not seeing much because Halton, the average price of a home there is above 8. All right. So it's showing me everything that's available in this map. Now we can go through it and click on as usual and see what the properties are. If I like this search, we can see here that it's got 6 different filters that have been filled out. I can click save the search and name it. Name it Halton houses under 700,000. Click save. This is going to go into your saved searches. All right. There's nothing here because I didn't save it. All right. So if you do it where to end up hitting save here, it'll save it there. If you click under my searches, it also shows my searches that I'm sending to you. So you can see here, this is the search that I've been running for you. It's going to pull up all the results that we've found so far. Okay. This one also has the Kerr Village, and it shows when it was created. Move my head. And it shows there's 4 listings here and 16 listings here. Sorry, actually 4 emails. Or 4 new ones. I see a different screen on my end, so I don't always know 100% exactly what this is doing. If you click on favorites, it's going to show you your favorites, your possibilities, and your discarded. As you can see, discarded is still here. All right, so even if you hit discard, don't worry, it's not gone. It's just been moved into this particular folder. That way, if you want to go back and revive one, you can go back and remove it from discarded and put it back into favorite. So it's no problem. Possibilities, I don't have any here. Favorites, as you can see, there's 1, and this is the one I just favorited. Okay, if I unfavored it, remove from favorites, it'll remove it from favorites, obviously. Okay. Go into my messages. Again, this is where we started. Here are my emails. And we're back again to my contact information. So this is a quick tutorial on how to use the portal. If you have any questions anytime, please reach out to me. I do know the system pretty well inside and out, and I can help you with it. So I wish you the best of luck in your search, and I hope this was educational for you. And I hope you manage the technology okay, because it can be overwhelming. So cheers. Have a great day. Take care.